What's up, guys? It's Meg. Welcome back to Meg After Dark. I am on the way to pick Tilly up from school. I thought I would start this review now. Hopefully the camera is a little bit more stable than my story video the other day. This is a review or a rant, whatever you want to call it, for Fear the Walking Dead Season 4 mid-season finale. Which can be summed up in 3 words. What the fuck? I am so upset over what happened and the fact that it didn't even feel final. We're just left like wondering, and then we have to like, I can guarantee you every fucking person either watched Talking Dead last night or went and Googled, did Madison really die? Like, what a fucking way to go. Like, people have to Google whether or not your character is actually dead is so fucking stupid. I'm so upset. Like, I can't even begin to describe how upset I am over this revelation. So I'm watching the show. I watched it with my mom today, which you guys will probably know by the time you watch this video. You'll have already watched my reaction. So I'm watching the episode, you know, and this whole time we've known, all season, we've known that Alicia thinks that Madison is dead. Alicia and Nick, for whatever, and they don't say it, but it's very obvious that they think, and they're out for Naomi's blood, okay? So, that's a whole nother story, Naomi. I'm picturing Naomi like, went and did something that caused Madison to die. Naomi just like tried to save her own fucking life. Like, why does that make Alicia and them so fucking angry? She ran because she was surrounded by walkers and she thought everyone was dead. Like, she didn't just be like, see ya. And would you have gone, if that van of people had lived and your mom had died, would you go after and kill Cole and kill all of them too? Just because they got scared and ran? Like, oh my God, I know that's a tangent, but seriously, I'm picturing this whole time that Naomi, aka June, we find out her real name apparently, we find out that she, now I just lost my train of thought. I'm very sorry. Basically, we finally, you know, we're thinking here that, sorry, I had to grab the camera for a second. We're thinking that Naomi did something horrible, you know, like took the car from Madison or something that led to Madison's death. And we find out that she didn't. And that was really upsetting to me because it's like, why are you so far gone? Like, I get it. You're mad. You know your mom's dead. Like, you felt like you saw it. She did this selfless act, you know, to save you, and you're upset. But you're literally, I don't know. I know, I said that twice, but I'm just so frustrated over that fact. So, okay. Now I totally lost my train of thought because I think I was trying to make 2 points there. I guess, shit, I'm sorry, you guys. Sometimes when I go back and I edit these videos, I realize that I take so long to say like a main point that I go off on a tangent and I never like circle back around for that point. So I guess you guys must know that about me and keep watching anyways. That's definitely an issue I have. Okay. I'm gonna park. You're tucked into the sweatshirt right here so that you didn't fall, so that it wasn't as wobbly as last time. All right, let's talk about this episode, okay? We go in watching this episode, and the whole episode, I guess maybe what I was saying before was the whole season we're thinking, you know, I think that Alicia thinks that Madison's dead, but she's probably not really dead. For example, they think they saw her die, you know, she gets surrounded by walkers or whatever, and in reality, you know, she somehow survived it. Excuse me. Which is pretty much exactly what happens in this episode. When it comes down to it, when they tell Althea the story, they start telling, you know, saying how they got surrounded by walkers, how they, you know, and they couldn't get out, and how the rest of the survivors, members of the Diamond fled, let the gate open, all the walkers went in, Madison and everyone was trying to fight to make a path, and they made a path, and then Madison like knew that, you know, they weren't gonna make it unless she did something, so she takes out the flare and she pulls a Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park with the flare, which totally took me out of the episode because I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, and you guys, like, that was like, hey, over here, like, it was so Jurassic Park, like I couldn't even get over it, which took me out of the episode for a minute. So long story short, she gets herself, she leads them in, locks the doors behind her pretty much, circles back around, locks the doors behind her. She knows she's trapped. She sets the walkers, she uses the flare to set the oil walkers on fire, and the flames come up, and nobody saw her die. We don't even see her burn up or anything. It's like this whole assumed death. So really, we're just assuming, right along with Alicia and Nick and everyone else, that Madison's dead. And yet, we're supposed to believe that, and the episode just ends, and we're just supposed to like sit there and believe that. So I'm watching this episode, and I'm watching this going, are they trying to say that Madison's really dead? And then there's this beautiful music playing, and these beautiful slow motion scenes of the fire and the walkers, and those walkers were really terrifying. They really were. Some of them even looked like weird Halloween masks, like demons. I mean, it was some good stuff right there, you know? And it's all leading up, and you're like, I'm sitting there going, I think they're really gonna kill her off, or they're really like, but in reality, we're seeing this like as a memory from them. So it's very odd, you know? It's so hard to wrap my brain around the whole thing. Very beautiful scenes. But then we're just left with, did that really happen? Like, the episode ended and there's this great song, and they're eating the kimchi out of the noodle, you know, things, cups. And it's almost like a tribute to Madison. You know, they're sitting around the fire telling her story. Althea writes on the tape, Madison, you know, like basically this is Madison's story come full circle. But it wasn't a death for a main character, let alone our leading lady. It really wasn't. It's so fucked up. And if Nick, Frank Delane wanted to leave the show, that's great. They wrote him off the episode. Okay, like a couple episodes before. But as far as I've read, because trust me, I went on Google as soon as I got off this. I went on Twitter and Google and Facebook, basically going like, what the fuck? Is Kim Diggins really gone from the show? Like, because part of me was like, no, she's not gone. They didn't see her die. She could come back. It's like Daniel. He's out there somewhere. We didn't see him die. He came back once and he's still out there again. So, you know, I Google everything, Twitter, and from what I have read, because I've only had like a half hour from watching it and then coming here, that it was not Kim's choice to leave the show. So that leaves it to the showrunners basically deciding that, hey, let's scrap her character as well, and let's basically revamp a show. I have so many complaints about this season, and I hate for this video to just be a total rant. I really loved the Morgan and Alicia scenes where he stopped her from killing Naomi. They were beautiful. I loved that moment. I loved when she just broke down and started crying. I loved when she got to see Madison's interview on what Madison really wanted for her children. Like, those were great scenes. They really were. I loved those moments in the episodes. Like I said, the fire and the oil walkers and everything, it was, you know, beautiful and yet scary and terrifying, you know? So like everything, like all of that was great. But then we're just left with this weird character death of our main character where you're not even sure she's dead, and we're just supposed to assume, you know, by what we're watching that she's gone. And I have to say, like, I was getting really emotional over this earlier. I was sitting at my computer and, sorry, turning the car off. I was sitting at my computer and I just started getting really emotional and like teary-eyed, like on the verge of tears, because I love The Walking Dead so much and I really like Fear. And I have done my best, like, despite fear killing off a lot of the characters that I've liked since they began in season 1. I've like stuck with it because I feel like I get so much from The Walking Dead and from Fear the Walking Dead, and I love these shows. Like, truly, I have said in many videos that The Walking Dead, like, I've never watched a show like that before, that I felt so emotionally connected to the characters, like they were real people. Like, when they die, like, I feel devastated, and I feel like just so frustrated at where The Walking Dead is going and where Fear the Walking Dead is going. We have all of this news about Andrew Lincoln leaving the show, Lauren Cohan leaving the show, Denai potentially leaving the show, and then we just lost Frank in Fear, and we just lost Kim in Fear, and we've lost so many other characters in Fear that were awesome. Like Taka, he was so cool. I loved him. They've taken Daniel and like made him disappear. It's just so frustrating to like see my favorite shows kind of like take a turn for the worse. I don't know. I'm gonna be that chick that's crying over a TV show. I don't know like how to really describe how I'm feeling, but I feel like a lot of you guys are like hardcore Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead fans. And so it's like, for me, I feel like you'll understand like where I'm coming from here and how disappointing it is to see like yet another character that I really liked be killed off too, as if it's nothing. Like, they just kill him off like, we just introduced 2 other leading ladies, like, they can take her spot. We have John now. We don't need Travis, or we don't need Nick, because we have John and everybody loves John when everybody loved Nick before. Like, it's just so frustrating. You guys, I can't even, like, I was started to take notes during the episode, and then towards the end I kind of like just had this feeling that like that's where the episode was going, and so I was almost just expecting her to die, like, and for it to be really final and for us to be like, oh, she's dead, that sucks, that's shitty. Like, I was almost preparing myself to like be angry over it, and then I watched the end kind of like, surely that can't be it, right? Like, they have to show us that she died. Alicia doesn't know. They don't know what happened behind the gate. And yet we're seeing it as if they know. I don't know. Who else is really fucking upset right now? Like, I know I've not always loved Madison. She's not always been my favorite character. I've been angry with her quite a bit. She's done a lot of shit that I don't like. But she's like, she was our leading lady. She was. She was like, when Travis died, it just pushed her to the front to be like a Rick Grimes of Fear the Walking Dead. And so honestly, like, I never in my wildest dreams expected her to die. And just like, we went the first half of the season and we don't know what happened with the dam or anything. And I've read so many times and I've heard people saying that basically they're trying to revamp the show. So let's get rid of some of the characters, like, let's start over as if it's a brand new show. And it's frustrating for those of us who have been loyal to the show. Like, I've been loyal from day one. The premiere, season 1, episode 1 premiere, I was so fucking excited for it. And even when I didn't really like the show, even when like there were things that they did that I wasn't really down for, I still pushed through. And when people were talking shit about the show, I still was like, stop it, like, give it a chance. I've tried to talk other viewers who have quit watching it to watch it again, like, give it a chance, give it a chance. And this season has been really good. There's been a lot of good parts despite the bad, despite the time jump and the lack of information and the splitting up, you know, of time frames. Like, there was some shitty stuff that I don't like about this season, but for the most part, the storytelling was really well done. And so, you know, I go into this having really high hopes for the new showrunners and just for everything. And I feel like I've been loyal since day one and giving it chance after chance after chance, and I feel so betrayed right now. I really do. It's just, I feel like they did me wrong. I feel like so upset, like I'm betrayed. I can't even give a proper review. It's like been 15 minutes of me talking and we didn't even really talk about anything else in the episode. So I really like the Morgan zines. It kind of feels like it's gonna be the Morgan show now, where Morgan just goes around and starts saving people from themselves, from what the apocalypse does to you. He's saved multiple people. Ugh. Guys, I lost my number to pick up Talia. Where is it? Oh. All right. I just got in the pickup line. I was in the parking lot for a little bit. Now I'm in the pickup line. All right, 15 minutes, 16 minutes of ranting. It was getting hot in here, so I'm red now. Did I hit all the topics for you? Yeah. Fuck me. I am so upset. They're lucky that they have no more episodes now that they're on hiatus until they come back, because I'm so mad. I would not watch another episode next week. I wouldn't. And I feel like I keep trying to be loyal to this show and to The Walking Dead. And now The Walking Dead is supposed to come back in October. And that's what's coming next after the Sphere, right? And I just feel like lost. Like, what is gonna happen in the first half of season 9 here? What's gonna happen? Killing off more characters, killing off Rick Grimes. It just, all right, you guys, that's it. I love you. If you like this video, if you feel me, if you feel my pain, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Not all my videos are rants, believe it or not. But I feel extra upset today, so that's that. If you guys didn't hear, Gary Ruiz is the one who won my t-shirt contest. So Gary, if you are watching this and you didn't see your name called in the reaction video, you should be getting an email, so look out for that. If you don't get that email, send me a message and I will figure it out for you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you bought t-shirts, send me pictures of you wearing the shirt when you get them. I will see you next time. We're on hiatus now, so if you want some other videos, tell me what to do. Tell me what to watch. Tell me something. Ask me questions. I don't know, so we can make more videos. I love you guys. Till next time.